Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the first quarter of 2025. This is for now till March, or the end of March, but you have this challenges and achievements card and also this pregnancy and wealth card. Very interesting. Your opposite sign, Libra, I couldn't think there for a second, also had a card that said pregnancy and wealth. Actually, I think, well, it says pregnancy and fears, actually, is the one that Libra had. So, they're very similar energies. Now, pregnancy doesn't necessarily mean that you're becoming pregnant. You could be like pregnant with an idea. You could be, birthing a new direction in your life. It could almost be anything. We're going to do past, present, future, outcome in this reading. So this is going to be your past position, and you have the Five of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the Hangman coming up in the past position. The Five of Swords can represent winning at all cost, and we see competition here twice, basically. The Five of Swords, it kind of represents competition, and then the Five of Wands is obviously the card of competition. So this guy here at the front of the Five of Swords has won at all costs. The other thing I think is really interesting is we go Five of Wands to the Six of Wands, which is a victory. So if you have been trying to, to me, what I'm trying to spit out here, Aries, is that it looks like you have been trying to overcome something, or you've been trying to achieve something, and it's almost like your achievement is here. Like you are achieving whatever you have been trying to achieve for a very long period of time with the Five of Swords. There is a theory with the Five of Swords that even though these guys kind of look different, like these guys have darker hair than him, there's a theory that all three of these guys are the same person, and this is just representing kind of like the the 3 stages that he has gone through. Like in the first stage, he has lost and he's crying. In the second stage, he's learned how to walk away. And then finally, in the last stage, he has learned how to win. And so I feel I kind of feel like that's where you're going. Like, are you actually there yet? I'm not sure. We're going to clarify. We'll see what else comes up here. The Six of Wands kind of is making me lean in the yes direction, that you have kind of like learned how to win in a certain area of your life. And obviously that's good. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles can represent a big opportunity or a major opportunity coming in for you. Now, the thing about opportunity, this is usually an opportunity that has potential with the Ace of Pentacles, but potential means nothing. Potential means what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So a lot of you, maybe have kind of like been trying to work on an opportunity, or you're trying to grow an opportunity. I do feel this reading is encouraging you to keep going, especially, if it's been a battle, if it's been a real battle for you to accomplish something, or if you feel like you've been battling to accomplish something. I kind of get the feeling that you're about to have a breakthrough. Like, perfect example is this channel. I started my channel, like I'm not bragging here, I'm an OG reader. I've been on this on YouTube before any of the readers that you see today, basically, right? Because except for like Nicholas, right? Him and I started our channels at exactly the same time, practically. But they're like, all the old OG readers are gone, and so I had my channel, and like after like 4-ish years, all the new readers were like blowing past me, getting like 100,000 subscribers in like a year, and I was still stuck at 40,000. But I just didn't quit. I just figured it out, right? I just figured out what I needed to do to grow, and I wasn't doing those things, so I didn't deserve to grow in the first place until I learned what I needed to learn. And I kind of feel like that's what this reading is saying, is like, you might have competition, you might have people who are growing past you in some area of your life, but I feel like the reading is encouraging you to not quit. It's like saying, do not give up. You just haven't figured it out yet. And the crazy thing is, once I started experimenting, once I started learning what actually works and what doesn't work, I exploded very, very quickly. So I kind of feel like that's what's going to happen for you here, is that once you figure things out, if you don't give up, then things are going to blow up for you here, Aries. You have the Hangman. The Hangman can represent being stuck in Hangman mode, but really he's been stuck on pause to gain enlightenment. And that's why I was saying what I just said, is because, I feel like maybe, yeah, sure, you have been on pause, or maybe things have been slow, but it's probably so that you can learn all the right things that you need to learn, right? So let's see. With the Five of Swords, you have the Three of Cups. Three Cups is a card of community and celebration. The Three Cups can also represent celebrating a harvest. These three ladies have these pumpkins growing around them. I'm not sure what I was about to call those pumpkins, but sure. I think that a lot of you are about to celebrate a harvest if you don't give up. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Wands. Literally, do not give up. So I definitely do not give up here, Aries. I think you need to keep pushing. I think you need to keep growing. There's clearly a lot of success coming in for you if you don't give up. And the thing about the Nine of Wands, by the way, is that the Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So, it's a great card for experimentation. And that's literally, again, not to talk about myself too much, but, that's literally what I did to grow this channel. I just started learning one new thing every single day about YouTube. I would try it. If it worked, I kept doing it. If it didn't work, I stopped. It's literally, that's just not a genius, right? I fell on my head when I was 10 years old, became a D student overnight. I kid you not, literally for the rest of my life. And, so, again, if I can do it, you can do it, is the point. With the Hangman, you have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is like juggling, spinning plates, having a lot going on. Every single person has had something about really needing to focus this year, so I do feel focus is going to be important at the beginning of 2025. And what I mean by that is like, pick one thing and make it happen, and that's it, right? Like something to work on, something to create, and that's what I would do. You have this travel card. It says you're attracting positive movement or travel that will bring your desires to fruition. You have this take the lead card. It says, don't wait for others to light the way. It's your time to step up and take the lead. So definitely time for you to take the lead here. There's something about this travel card. I've said moving to you before, but something is popping into my head. It's a weird message. It's like not coming in, but I feel like some of you, if you are thinking about moving, I do feel it'll be very positive. If I've said this to you before, then it's definitely true, what I'm about to say. If you are moving, I feel that you will actually notice a difference. Most of the time, I think when we move, we don't notice a difference. If you've been watching me since the beginning of my channel, I have moved like 20 times since the beginning of my channel, right? And so most of the time when I move, I just don't feel like I'm anywhere new, right? It's like nothing really changes. But this time, actually, when I moved this year, I feel like things have changed, which is pretty interesting. But, again, I think you will actually feel it, is what this is saying. Definitely time for you to take the lead as well. You have the Five of Wands, Six of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict and competition. Again, I would be learning from the competition. I don't think we should be comparing ourselves to the competition, but I definitely think that we should learn from the competition, and we should implement what we learn as well. So I think, kind of looking at the competition would be a good idea. You have the Six of Cups. There's some sort of turnaround coming in. Remember what I said. It's almost like that breakthrough moment. Because you didn't give up on working on something, you're having that breakthrough. And we go up here from this to the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune can represent like a breakthrough or a turnaround. The Six of Cups can, to me, can represent a lot of stuff. And sometimes I feel the Six of Cups is a gift from the universe. Usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround. We've been bumping up against an obstacle, things turn around, we start making progress. So you have that card, it says you're attracting positive movement, so that could just be movement forward that you are making. You have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, everybody has had the Ten of Wands. I think we have a lot of burdens, like the burdens of the world, the challenges of the world. I think we need to not let those things distract us, and we have to keep pushing forward. And so I think this is about making sure that the responsibilities you're carrying are actually yours, right? So if you're feeling burdened, then I would be asking myself, yourself, right? Are these burdens mine? With the Five of Wands, you have the Eight of Pentacles, definitely mastering a craft. I mean, the whole entire reading is basically saying you're not giving up and you're mastering something. So whatever you are mastering, I feel you're about to get better results. Eight of Pentacles can represent material success on the horizon. So it can say there's literally more money coming in your future. With the Six of Cups, you have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness or being resourceful. I think it would be an amazing time for you to be resourceful or to use your resources to be successful. So I think that this is about just focusing on the resources you have. Everybody gets these cards of resourcefulness as well right now, and I think the collective energies are very important for people, so that's why I talk about them, is because, again, in some ways, I think the collective energies are more important than the individual sign energies because they're like big and heavy, and there are things that we really have to pay attention to right now. So I would definitely pay attention to being resourceful, and that means that this could mean using less money, or it could also mean like if you're trying to do something, how can you find a way to do it for free, right? So I would be resourceful. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, a card of expansion and growth. We have this card here that said, take the lead and light the way for others. Or, what does it say? Don't wait for others to light the way. It's your time to step up and take the lead. The Three of Wands is a card of leadership. Six of Wands, he is kind of a leader because these people are inspired by his success. behind him on the Six of Wands. So I think for a lot of you, this is definitely saying it's your time to shine here, Aries. You have this Dark Moon card that says clear your. This is coming up in your future position. It says clear your energy. You also have this Moonflower card that says take risks. So it could be time for you to like take a risk. I kind of feel the risk that you would be taking at this time is a deeper investment into whatever you're working on or into whatever you're creating with the Five of Swords, Five of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. You know, it's like a kind of like a hard fought journey that you've been on where there have been battles and challenges, but the reading is also kind of like saying, yes, it has been hard, but also you will be more successful because of it. So like, don't give up, like I said, with that Nine of Wands. And so I feel this is saying like, take the risk of giving something more effort, you know, or more time. And by investment, that's what I mean. I don't mean money. I mean like time, effort, energy, attention, whatever it is that you're working on. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Wheel of Fortune is a change in your fortunes. I'm telling you, again, as unbelievable as it may sound, I think all of a sudden that, you know, things will take off for you. I think I said this to you in one of your readings recently, that it's like this is an overnight success that has taken 20 years, right? for you, Aries. I'm not sure if it was you, but I'm pretty sure. But I could be wrong. But you know, again, I think that, you know, we all, you know, anyone who's successful, it's like kind of like they are overnight successes, but it still takes a certain amount of time. But one day they're not successful, the next day they are. So, you know, everybody is kind of like an overnight success. But that's like the feeling I get here. Like, if you don't give up, if you learn from the competition, if you keep mastering your craft, you are going to reach the goal, or, you know, whatever this is that you're trying to accomplish. You have the Six of Wands. Again, achievement, success, being celebrated. You know, he is being celebrated by the people behind him on this card. So there's definitely like a victory and a win. You know, the story of the Six of Wands is that he's been to war and now he's coming back from war and he's being celebrated. And that's how I feel like you feel. Like you've had these battles, Five of Swords, Five of Wands. You've had these challenges and now you're coming back in the future and you're being celebrated for what you have overcome. So I think you just need to keep pushing and definitely don't give up. You have the Knight of Swords. Don't give up. The thing about the Knight of Swords is that sometimes I feel that the Knight of Swords like runs up to a certain point in the reading and then he's turning around and he's running back to the past. So sometimes I think in life we do something, we don't know what our next step should be, and we run away. To me, that is the Knight of Swords. Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. And so in this situation, we're going to come back to these two cards, but you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. So it's like you have gotten to this point in the reading, and it basically what this would represent is effort. Knight of Pentacles, all he has to do is plant seeds in those fields and they will grow. And Seven of Cups would be kind of like overcoming your fears. And again, we'll talk more about this in a minute. But on the Seven of Cups, he sees those good things and those bad things in those cups. And he's just like, oh, you know, if I do this, this could happen, that could happen. But really, he doesn't know. He has to take action to make it happen. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Eight of Wands. Like, again, it's a collective energy, but the secret sauce, I think, for the next 3 months for everyone is pick one thing, make it happen. All those wands are pointing in one direction. You know, the story of the Eight of Wands is that we can't be pulling in two directions, right? With the Eight of Wands, they're all going in one direction. And these could be thoughts, energy, your vibrations that you're sending in a direction. But as long as you're focusing in the right direction, just 51%, right? I don't think we have to be perfect in life. There are plenty of miserable people that become very successful. But really, they might just be that 1% to the right side of things. And that's what makes them successful, right? So again, I don't think we have to be perfect, but we just have to try to make sure our thoughts, our energy, our habits are moving us in the right direction. With the Six of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. I would definitely encourage like innovation at this time as well. So, you know, again, if you're like working on something that hasn't been working that you're trying to get to grow, I think like learning, educating yourself, you know, learning new ways of doing things will make you a lot more successful with the Eight of Wands. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Empress. Yes, I feel like you are very attractive at this time, Aries, so definitely could be a lot of attention coming in for you. Venus will be moving into your sign this year. Venus will be retrograding this year back into Pisces, but it doesn't matter. You're going to have Venus in your sign, could make you very attractive. Doesn't matter what gender you are. And we do see love coming in at the end. So, you know, if you want love, there definitely could be a connection that's coming in for you, or a person who finds you very attractive. This is also amazing for abundance, which I do feel you are trying to improve your abundance, or you're trying to increase your abundance, obviously, with the Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So a lot of you could just be discovering ways to increase your abundance. Next, in your outcome position, you have this Set Healthy Boundaries card. You have this Wolf Spirit says, turn knowledge into wisdom. Yes, and it's time to learn. And so everything you learn, try it, practice it, see what happens, and then go from there. That is turning knowledge into wisdom. So I think a lot of you have an opportunity to turn knowledge into wisdom, and I would do it. If you are meeting a person, which you have the Two of Cups is usually a person who's very different than your usual type. So if you are meeting a new person, I would make sure that you're expressing your boundaries, or kind of saying your boundaries up front. And the other person might have boundaries as well, so you're going to have to listen to what they say as well. But I think as long as you do that, things could go very well. But Two of Cups is can be a very good match, even though it's probably someone who's different than what you would normally go for. The Two of Cups can also represent you and your higher self. And so I always think of the Two of Cups as communicating with your higher self, or listening to your higher self, like in your dreams and your daydreams, or even just asking for guidance. I think it would be a good idea. You have the Four of Swords. I feel like it's kind of weird because I feel like you're getting something that you wanted, but it could be like a vacation, right? The Four of Swords can represent a blessing. There is a person who is blessing another person in this stained glass window. But it's almost like you've been saying to yourself, like that you want to take a break, or that you're hoping that you can get a break, like you're wishing for a break, like a vacation or something like that. And now you're finally getting it. So I don't know. I feel like that's good. At the end here, you have the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Seven of Cups is being spoiled for choice, but again, he is seeing good things and bad things in those cups, and because of that, he is having analysis paralysis. The Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the tarot who isn't moving. I always say that the knight, he has these oak leaves on his helmet that represent knowledge and wisdom. You have this card that says turn knowledge into wisdom. So he has the knowledge, but for him to gain the wisdom, for him to figure out how things actually work, he has to plant seeds in that field behind him, and they will grow. So this is really saying that you need to get started on something that you could be overthinking, because again, you're thinking about the good things and bad things that could happen. But the thing about the Seven of Cups is that you don't actually know, right? With the Two of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is like a victory or success. We also have two aces right here. Two aces is a definite yes to any question that I haven't answered. But, the Ace of Swords is like a victory or a big success coming in for you. And so, yeah, I like that. With the Four of Swords, sorry, I threw it. You have the Hermit. The Hermit is about coming out of hermit mode. The Hermit definitely says you've been through kind of like a battle. He's been through a dark night of the soul, and now he's climbed to the top of this mountain, and he's shining his inner light. But I always say, like, the Hermit, he needs to kind of open up that lantern. He has a star inside that lantern, but he's kind of like hiding it in the lantern. He's not really shining his inner light. I keep looking at this Peacock card because in one of these other decks I have, I can't remember which one. I think it's the this one here, the whatever this one is by Colette Baron Reed, her Animal Oracle deck. I think it says like Let It Shine or something, the Peacock card. And it's like, I'm getting that energy for you with the, all this stuff like Six of Wands, Empress, the Hermit. This energy would really represent like shining your inner light. So I would. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant can represent blessings. He is blessing these right here with his hand. He's blessing these two people in front of him. The Hierophant can also represent outside the box thinking, and so I think if you are feeling stuck right here with like what you're working on, or if you're feeling stuck with how you can like move forward or create whatever you're trying to create, I think that kind of learning and thinking outside the box will be very helpful. You have this affair card. This is not like a cheating affair. This is like love. So I definitely feel there could be a new love connection coming in for you. Definitely, it could be an earth sign. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. So, it could be an earth sign that's coming in. You have this extremism card. I would be careful of extreme ideas. We have Neptune moving into Aries. Neptune will also, again, retrograde back into Pisces in June, sorry. But what I would say here is that Neptune and Aries can represent like extreme ideas or extremism, so I'd be careful of that. Next, you have this resistance card. I feel like some of you could be feeling resistance to things, but this card is about pushing past resistance. One of my favorite books of all time, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, he says that when we are closest to our goal, that's when we feel the most resistance. Do not give up, Aries. Next, you have this manipulation card. This is like positive manipulation. This is about working with the energy and manipulating the energy to manifest what you want in your life. So definitely could be manifestation. You have this independence card. I don't know, you're an Aries. You're probably pretty independent, so enjoy it, right? Wouldn't worry about it. It looks good. So I love this reading for you, Aries. Very good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy the next 3 months.